Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. And today guys, we're giving 5 people 25 XRP if this video can get 1k likes within 24 hours. All that you have to do is press the like button, be subscribed, and comment down below your favorite crypto. Let's win it today guys, because then we're also giving it away today. Alright, today. But also, today I want to talk about becoming rich, at least a little bit, or more so becoming wealthy. All right. And the main reason for all of that is I think a lot of people don't grasp how lucky they are that they're in this position in which they are at right now. I mean, just for comparison or just a fun fact, if you take a little bit of a look at the percentage of accounts at the top here, chances are you're in the top 10 of the holders. I mean, 3,000 XRP right now is about $1,000, a little bit less. I'm going to say about half of you guys are definitely in that period or in that position to call yourself a top 10%er of XRP. And fun fact, I went to look up a couple of studies as to how many people they think own crypto. And one of the studies came out that on average, I guess about, or not average, like just percentage wise, about 36.5 million people in the US own some sort of crypto. And actually, how they did this most likely is they surveyed 2,068 people. Out of those 2,068, a certain percent owned some crypto. And from that point on forward, they related it to the whole population. The sample, they applied to the whole population. And that's most likely how they got their number. And basically, looking at that, the average is about $5,500. The median is about $360. Meaning, if you count up all the money that is invested in crypto and divide it over all the people in America, I guess all the money invested in America over the amount of people there, you get this. If you just put on a little bit of a line and you look at the middle value or values, you get this right here. So really, for the average investor, it is most likely right around $360. However, in aggregate, what the average amount of money per American is in crypto, it's about $5,500. And what that tells me is that if, the average were to get in and hop on, it would be about 15,000 XRP, which puts them in the top 4% of XRP holders. Now, again, I'm not going to say you guys have that, but if you're just a casual Joe, all right, 360 median, yeah, you're not really making it into the top 10. You're not really making it into the list because that's about 1,000 XRP. So I guess you can kind of write yourself off. However, I was also looking at the distribution of wealth and a couple of statistics from that perspective. And really, when I looked into it, it actually all looked a little bit more severe than I ever expected it to be. Because I was expecting the numbers to be bad, but I didn't know there were so many organizations just tracking this every single day, all day long as their full-time job. World distribution of household wealth, GDP, and population in the year 2000. And here you can see red is the percent of world population. Green, or at least dark green, is the percent of world net worth, PPP. Light green is percent of world net worth, exchange rates. Dark blue is percent of world GDP, PPP. And light blue is percent of world GDP, exchange rates. And looking at it, really, the US and China, wow, all right, they, or at least Asia, I should say, they excel pretty damn far. And the reason I'm saying not Europe is because Europe actually has more people. As you can see here, percent of world population is higher. Yet still, all the numbers are just a little bit lower, which then again makes it kind of stupid if you think about it. However, the US here is just doing extraordinarily good in almost all sectors. And here you can also see, I guess for Asia, the percentage is just ridiculously high, but they're also, I guess, pretty high up in terms of percentage of world. Now, of course, USA and Canada and Europe are, I guess, the highest, but USA and Asia really stand out here. However, this is the world distribution of wealth, right, in comparison to the rest of the country. So from this infographic, I think it's easy to say that in amount of people, Asia is the most important. In terms of money, it's like they're all three kind of equal, but since USA/Canada has the lowest amount of people out of all of them, that makes sense. They're actually sort of relatively the most important. And most likely with that also comes the most amount of inequality. And as you can see here, global wealth inequality, this is global, but still, the richest 1% own about 44% of the world's wealth. Global adult population and share of total wealth by wealth group, and you can see it down here, Wealth share, about 43.9%, with a wealth of $1 million plus. Percentage of adults is about 0.9%. And actually, guys, that really kind of hit me. I was like, do only 0.9% of the world population have more than $1 million? I thought it would be way, way, way more. And I also didn't expect that, that from $1 million plus, you're the 1%. I didn't really ever get to that point and never really realized it. And now that I did, I also start to relate that, looking at these numbers here, and again, it depends on how far you want to take these XRP theories. I mean, if you think XRP is going to become the new world reserve currency, then this all doesn't matter because all will be denoted in XRP. And I mean, world wealth will be decided by how much XRP you have, not how many dollars it's worth. But all right, let's keep that to the side for now. What is important with this to take a look at is, if we're just saying that the percentages are going to stay the same, or at least the wealth range is going to stay the same, even though money into crypto gets added, right at this point, right, out of all these guys, let's see here. Yeah, you have to be above the 0.1% to be a XRP millionaire, right? Because this XRP is still only, let's say $250,000. Now, so you still need to be in this between 0.01 and 0.1%, which is kind of crazy. Oh, no, you should be between the upper 0.1%, which is really kind of crazy, in my opinion, because I think eventually it's going to be way, way, way more. And right now, at this point, all the accounts with 3 million XRP plus, yeah, they are millionaires. And you just have to, I guess, add all of this up for yourself, how many accounts those are. And I guess maybe, add like 10 or 20 plus because of all the accounts that are into Binance's fund, which have 1 million plus or 3 million plus, I mean. However, eventually, if the XRP price goes up, and I was just saying that if we're going to just, talk about this, then it should be that it's $1 million plus and that this doesn't change the 1%. I mean, it could also be that if crypto revolution comes and crypto takes over, that this $1 million plus is going to be, a lot different because of course, there could also be some hyperinflation, which makes the $1 million plus more like, $10. So maybe that's going to go to 10 million. And it could also be that the percentage were to go up like crazy because of crypto millionaires, hoarding in. Because what I'm thinking about here is that eventually, if you think, for example, that it's going to go to $10 per XRP, then instead of needing to be all the way here from, this up on forward, we can all the way go from here up on forward. And all of a sudden, it changes from, let's say, for example, about 500 to about maybe 20,000, a little bit less, but you guys get the idea. About 15,000, let's say, people that are now millionaires all of a sudden if XRP hits $10, which is really, really crazy. If it's $20, you can half that once more, and you add so just now it was like about, let's say, 5,000, maybe 7,000, I don't know. If you half it or double it to the price to $20, you're getting another layer lower, another layer lower. Wait, guys, no, this was $10 right here. I'm sorry, that was 15,000. And then at $20, you're getting here to about 20, 25, maybe 1,000. Wait, here, no, it's already 25. That's about 30, maybe 32,000 people. And all of a sudden become millionaires just from holding XRP. And the thought about that so many people were to enter, I really don't know what it would do with this whole wealth right now. Because another one of the things we saw recently was that we all think there's going to be a huge shift in amount of people that will be millionaires. And I mean, the next generation is coming here. And the older generation, quote unquote, boomers, are heavily buying into gold, whilst the younger generation is heavily buying into crypto. A lot of us are speculating that right now is going to be changing over with the winds, where a lot more younger people are going to get ridiculously rich. Which is what I'm thinking about sometimes, and which is also seen in these things. By the way, that was another Credit Suisse Global Wealth Report, which is talking about that all the time, which is really, really nice. Then, share of wealth held by ultra-rich dwarves their population share. High wealth owners by global population and share of global wealth 2018. Here is 1 million to 4.9 million. That's about, I just pressed it by accident. That's about 0.2% of the population. And that's about 9.4% of the wealth. 5 to 30 million. It's about 0.02% of the population and about 5% of the wealth. Then 30 million plus, it's about 0.002% of the population and about 7.2% of the wealth. Still, guys, I think that's very strange for a couple of people or a lot of people to grasp that 1 million to 30 million has combined got about, let's see here, 7 plus about 13, about 23, let's say, for example, percent in the 1 to 30 million range, which is pretty damn crazy to think about. Really, really crazy to think about that the ultra rich really take a high percentage of all of this. And then ultra high net worth individuals, the wealth management industry's term for people with a net worth more than $30 million, hold an astoundingly disproportionate share of global wealth. These wealth owners held 7.2% of total global wealth, yet represent only a tiny fraction, 0.02% of the world's population, based on the Institute of Policy Studies analysis of Capgemini and Credit Suisse wealth data and Census Bureau population estimates. Another one thing I recommend you guys to do is just look up somewhere what the median wealth is. So not average wealth, but median wealth, because that's gonna maybe change your perspective a little bit. Reason for that is the percentage of adults in the bottom sector with over 10,000 is so large, that most likely the median will be somewhere within this range right here, right? Because it's splitting the top 50 and lowest 50. No, it's actually in the bottom tier here because it's already 56%. So the median amount will be something under $10,000. Average amount of money most likely will be somewhere in this range here. Let's say, for example, it's going to be $40,000. The wealth or the worth that they have. However, the median will most likely be under 10,000. Actually, it will be under 10,000 because more than 50% of the population is in there. All right, looking at this here, 10 men have as much wealth as many countries. Top 10 billionaires, you can see right here. These are the top 10 billionaires over in the world, I believe. And they have a combined net worth of 801 million. Saudi Arabia has a net worth of 762, Switzerland 762, or 708. And you guys can just look it up here. You can see for yourself for a little second. That just 10 people right now at this point have more net worth than so many companies combined. And again, I think with crypto here, we're changing a little bit into that system. One of the major reasons for that is I think many people are going to get ultra rich once more. Many holders right now will get so many gains from holding on to crypto that a lot will happen in the system. And also, I think with crypto here and with these systems being created, just really the wealth creation process is going to be a lot different. I mean, any year that really happens as well. Because let's say, for example, 30 years ago, YouTube wasn't there, and you couldn't become a creator like that. You couldn't just make videos and make money. Same for Instagram. You couldn't just become a model and make money. Same for just TikTok. You couldn't make videos and make money. You just pick something, right? OnlyFans. You couldn't just make an account and make money by posting pictures. Same for, a couple of other adult sites, so to speak. You couldn't just open an account, post your amateur stuff and make money. You guys get me? A lot of things right now are just opening doors to becoming a millionaire, really kind of simply because you can do it all on your own. You don't need good connections. You don't need any prior knowledge. You don't need education. You don't need nothing. You could just do it behind your computer or behind your phone or things like that. You don't need anybody else. You don't even need to go outside 1 second of your life and you can become a multi-billionaire. Because, theoretically speaking, it's not that hard. Becoming a billionaire is hard. But not going outside and becoming a billionaire could still work pretty fine. You wouldn't have to. And good luck building a, complete house for other people or becoming a timberman or whatever without ever leaving your house. It's possible maybe, but it's going to be very, very difficult, And that's also another shift I've been seeing. The way people are working right now is changing a lot, which might help for all this inequality. Now, I'm not saying that this inequality is bad necessarily, because to a certain degree, right? Whenever these people get so rich, they're also making countries and other people a lot richer. So I can't really say that high net worth individuals should change their things or anything like that. I'm just saying I think a lot of the holders right now, a lot of the lower cap individuals will definitely add into this 1% and will most likely also add to maybe global wealth going up by huge chunks just because the smaller percentages here are going to be ramping up piece by piece by making some better investments. However, again, a lot of countries you can't really help. As we saw right here, a lot of countries are most likely not going to be prospering that well. For example, Africa here, I think a lot of them are invested into crypto, but nearly not enough and nearly not educated enough. But that's, again, the whole system that you're having. So, again, they might stay behind. However, I think, for example, here in Europe, that a lot of the smaller percentages will be going up. Same for US, same for Central South America, Middle East, Asia. All these sectors actually will just go up piece by piece per individual. and that's mostly going to be seen in these charts right here, where this percentage is hopefully going to go down by a huge ton, and hopefully this one goes up by a huge ton, and this one also. But I think, guys, it's just a matter of time. At this point, I'm really convinced it's going to do that. Crypto is going to help for it. XRP and Ripple are going to be used in the middle of the system. Main reason for that is they're going to be, hopefully, just making sure that these banks can operate properly, so also we can make some better investments. And how I'm saying that is, for example, if you have your family over in, pick a country, Uganda, right? You want to send them money. Right now, it might be very cumbersome, might be very annoying. You want to send them money so they can start up a business. Maybe, if Ripple does their job well, it's going to be a lot cheaper, a lot less frictionful, or a lot more frictionless to do that, and you'll reap a lot of benefits. At least, at this point, that's what I'm waiting for and hoping for. I'm really certain it's going to be happening, but maybe it's going to be a little while before it all comes to fruition. However, that's something to look forward to. Again, a lot of us will become millionaires with this system here. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be huge. And right now, I'm not going to say how much you should be holding because that's a very difficult question to answer. I made a video about that yesterday, though, explaining how much I think you should be going for every situation, kind of. And I'm definitely accumulating XRP. I'll tell a little bit more about that later on as well. Because, again, it's looking to be huge. It's looking to be very huge, and I want to see all of it, right? Even though the price might be going down, I'm just going to DCA anyway, because I believe in the longer term. I think it's going to change a lot of this wealth inequality. Maybe it has to do with the U.S. falling down. Maybe it has to do with the banking system falling down. Maybe it has to do with the inflation rate going up. Maybe it has to do with the interest rate going down like crazy. Could be either of those. It could be. Maybe it's just going to be because Ripple gets so many partnerships like the ones we saw earlier today that's going to, just remove so much friction in the system where a lot more lower net worth individuals can become rich. I don't really know at this point, but I know it's going to be changing piece by piece as many people will get rich right now, guys. So wait for it, guys. You'll most likely be part of it. You're already part of the 1% of the world right now that owns crypto. You're already part of the 0.1% of the world that owns XRP, and you're already part of 0.0% of the world that's really woke into all of this. Take care, guys. Have a very nice day. Stay healthy, and keep investing in crypto, guys, even though this is not financial advice.